Hello, fourth graders. This is Mrs. Smith here. Today we are doing Unit 2, Lesson 13, which is on page 75 of your book. So go ahead and grab that. Today we're talking about comparing different methods. Now we've already done this when we were doing single digit factors multiplied by double digit, but now that we've complicated things a little bit by having two double digit factors, I just wanted to go over with you the similarities between all these methods. I know it can seem like a lot, but really all these methods are just like different flavors of the same cookie recipe. They're very, very similar. You're going to get basically the same result, but it's just like, you might prefer writing it one way or another, and that's okay. So each area model is the same. Study how these three methods of recording 43 times 67 are related to the area model. So the area models, that's these rectangles, they're all the same. The place value sections is when we're writing inside these boxes, right? Of these partial products, and then we add them up over here. The expanded notation section, what's a little bit different about that? Over here we set up the problem like you might see it on a math sheet. We wrote it in expanded form over here, and then we do the distributive property and multiply each thing and end up getting exactly the same numbers that you add together, and then it's the same total, right? So no big difference there. And then down here with the algebraic notation model, rather than writing out the problem this way and then turning the numbers into their expanded form, we have it written out here and it's equaling this same thing, and then we're just making sure that everything gets distributed, and you get the same partial products and you add them up, and then you have your answer. So I have a preference, and your preference might be different. I think this one and this one are my favorites. I think expanded notation is my least favorite, but if you love it, like, I'm not here to stop you. That's just my preference. This, I think, uses less space on your paper, so if you're trying to, not use so much paper, this one's good. But if you're using a whiteboard and you feel like drawing a bunch of rectangles, this is great. It's perfect, right? It's all you need. So, and this one has its benefits as well. It's just not my favorite, and that's okay. What is alike about all three of these methods? Think about it for a moment. Hit pause and hit play when you're ready. With each method, still find the same, what are these called? They're not the full product, they're called the partial product, which then added together gives you the same product. With each method, you still find the same partial products, which lead to the same product. And you add them together, right? All right, you guys ready to move on? Let's flip. Whoops. Okay. Other ways to record multiplication. So, let's take a look at these methods and then we'll start practicing some of them over here. Discuss how the recording methods below show the partial products in different ways. So here we have our 3 times our 7. We wrote 21. Here we have our 3 times our 7. The 1 is in the ones place. The 20 is joining the tens place, ready to be added to the next thing that is going in there. So then you have 3 times 6, 10. So that's this part right there. And you get 180. So the 10 is in the tens place and the 100 is in the hundreds place there, ready to be added to whatever else goes in there. Then you have 4 tens times 7, which is 280. So we have our 0, our 8 in the main line here, and then that 200 is up here. And then we have our 4 tens times 6 tens, so that's 2400. And the 400 is in the hundreds place, and the 2000 or the 2000 is in the thousands place. And then in both cases, it's all added up. Now, similarities, just like before, you're getting all these partial products. This is more compact, more condensed. This is more long and clear. If I were you, I would try to stay with this one if you're going to try to do it in this form without drawing a picture before you do to this version. And that's just simply because these little numbers, I could understand if a kid was having a hard time understanding where to put them. It could be a little bit confusing. So just keep that in mind. There's no rush, you know? Okay, so let's look at this shortcut method. This is doing pretty much the same thing. Let's see. So 3 times 7, now we're putting our 2 up on the top, just like how sometimes when you're adding things, you put it on the top. So then we have our 21, and then we're doing our 3 times 6, which is 18, and we're adding that 2 tens, right? 20 to 180, so it's 200. So the 3 times the 67 so far has been 201. Then we're going to do 4D, not just 4, but 40 times the 7, and that is 28 tens, because the 40 is 4 tens, which is 280, right? Then we're going to do our 4 tens times 6 tens, which is the 2400. So instead of 2400, we're writing 2600 because we're adding in that 2. And then I'm not sure why they don't put the 0 in the ones place there, but whatever. And then we're adding up both of those partial products and getting the same answer. New groups below is exactly the same. The only difference is rather than putting the number up on the top, they're putting the number on that little line. I find, especially when you're having more than one thing to go in there, that's kind of, it's a little squishy. So I think that might be a little bit tough. Now it says discuss how the area drawing below relates to the shortcut method. Think about it for a moment. Here we have 40 times 67 right there, which was this partial product. And then we have 3 times 67 right there, which is that partial product. I'm sorry, you can't see. So that's a similarity. It's just not breaking up that 67 into the different banded. Okay, so that's it for today. Go ahead and test your knowledge on your Think Central and practice your math facts, okay? That's so important. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.